Welcome back to the show. If you're just tuning in now, we've been having a lot of fun down here at Carol's Quality Sweets and talking about chocolate. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and before the break we were making chocolate-covered strawberries. Stay tuned. Next we're going to be making these chocolate-covered kisses. Actually, chocolate molds is what they're called, and we're going to make two different kinds, something very quick and easy you can do with the kids at home for Valentine's Day. So stay tuned for that. But now, while I check out some other chocolates to take back with me to the office after this, here is Brad Walker with an all-new cool stuff.
Well, of course, for Valentine's Day, yes, the men have to get the bling for the ladies, and a lot of times that's what happens. But you know what? Why not some blung? That's bling for men. Blung, okay, boys? Maybe the ladies could buy you something nice, like these wonderful, fantastic-looking man jewelries down here.
Right, Brad. Blung. Maybe you've come up with a new, it's going to be on Wikipedia next.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so cufflinks are actually making a resurgence.
Ah.
Yeah, so cufflinks, way back in the 1600s, 1500s, what would happen is on man's cufflink or shirts.
There was no button.
There was nothing, actually. They would use strings. It was ruffled, and they would use strings, and that was called just like shirt strings.
Shirt strings, yeah.
But Louis XIV, actually, around his era, that's when they started using these little connections, and they were shirt buttons. But they would hook into your hole in the shirt, and so you would use these cufflinks instead. And they were really popular, probably up until the 60s, 70s, when it was just too much work. I don't know, men, everything's too much work for men. That was a good one, hey?
That one, that was good.
So, round about the 1970s, we went back to buttons.
Right, but you say they're coming back. And
They are.
This one here, like these are hammers, and you've got, I don't know what this little
There's some really cool ones here.
Yeah.
So cufflinks are coming back, but there's some cool ones here. We've got fly fishing cufflinks. We've got tie clips in the shape of a drill. Can you believe it? Here's another tie clip, fireman's axe or a hammer. The fly fishing ones, musical instruments, all of these. It's really becoming a resurgence. And when you go now to, you probably haven't been to one of these fine dress shops, men's dress shops.
So
but
I
anyway,
got this shirt.
Yeah, okay. But when you go there,
Yeah.
you'll notice that a lot of them now don't have buttons in them.
Fantastic. Well, I was going to ask one more thing before we wrap it up. So are they like retro? We're looking at old ones, or are they making new ones that look old, or are these just a brand new thing?
These ones here, these are all retro.
So these are old school?
These are old school ones.
All right.
They are now making ones that are new, but these ones are all vintage. So they're all from, the 20s probably to about the 50s, 60s.
Fantastic. Well, there you go. Cool stuff. Some blung. Right down here at the old Strathcona Antique Mall. Blung. That's bling for men.
Okay,
We'll
blung.
see you next time.
We'll put that on our sign.
I think
blung.
so. We have blung, and they'll all come running in going,
Exactly.
what's blung? And you'll go, there. Here's some blung, there's some blung, everywhere some blung, blung.
My.
Old MacDonald had some blung. E-I-E-O.
Okay.
With a blung blung.
Thanks, Brad. Ooey gooey chocolate. Look at this big bag. Janice, we're moving on to the molds. What's happening here?
Well, right now I'm just putting the chocolate into the molds. I made a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. That's why there's a Ziploc on them.
Yes.
And we're gonna take the chocolate out of the bags and we're gonna put it into the molds itself.
Right, and I've got a couple of molds here. Now, these you can get at any craft store, something like Michael's, very easy. Today we're doing lips, like I've mentioned a few times on the show. But an important note about the molds, make sure your fingers aren't getting into them before you start working with the chocolate. And Janice, why is that?
Because there's natural cocoa butter that develops on the molds to make that shine that you get when you see the chocolates in the cabinets and stuff. They're all shiny and look wonderful is because the natural cocoa butter coats it and doesn't come off when you take them out of the mold.
Ah, I gotcha. So are we supposed to look for a mold with the cocoa butter in it?
No, your first batch will look a little bit funny when you do it, but then after you do your first batch, this next batch will be a lot more shiny, like the ones that we have here, how shiny those ones are. Those ones are because there was cocoa butter left in the molds.
Beautiful, beautiful. And we are using the same chocolate that we did use for the chocolate covered strawberries.
Yes, we
just
are.
makes it nice and easy when you're working with the kids or doing this at home for fun. So what's the next step that we have
The next step we have is to take and cut the corner off the bag so that we can take and make the chocolates.
Okay. And Janice did say, you want to go over your floor because you don't want to.
Don't want to put the little piece of plastic into your chocolates that you're making.
No.
It's better for that to land on the floor and sweep it up than to dig it out of your
Yes,
chocolates.
no problem there. Okay, so I'll let you do the honors.
Sure. And we're just gonna bring the mold
You want me to
close.
get ready here?
Yeah, I'll get you ready here.
Okay, wonderful.
And when you're holding it, just hold it like you would cup it like that, like a piping bag.
Yep.
And just gently, it'll pour out on its own.
Okay.
If you spittle over the little edges there, that's fine. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
You're supposed to have fun with it at home. Don't expect to
Exactly.
be perfect the first time.
It's supposed to be messy. Chocolate's supposed to be messy.
And I noticed you did a nice little snip.
Yep.
Instinctively, I don't know why, but I would have taken a big chunk off.
Well,
but
if you take off too much,
yes,
it
of
runs too
course.
fast.
It's going to be a bit
So
of
I'm
a
gonna hand that
problem.
to you now.
Okay, so I get to do the honors.
You get to
then.
do the honors of the first
So
patch,
here we
and then I'll show.
go. So I'm just gonna go around and look.
You're
nice
good,
and
yeah.
full. Okay, I'm good.
You want to stop when you're about 3/4 full.
Okay, because it'll fill up. kind
It'll
of
overfill.
expand.
Yeah.
Now the little trail I have between each is no problem.
No,
right?
it won't show up on the chocolates. That will just come off itself.
Okay. So while I continue to do the whole tray, we're gonna take a quick break on go. More chocolate fun when we return. After the break, we're taking a look at beautiful tapestries, jewelry, and much, much more, coming all the way from South Africa.